Go Dogs. Florida is the toughest game before the SEC title. It might be. Florida is a rush team just like Arkansas. Florida is the best rushing team in the entire SEC, and they are top 5 in the country right now in rushing yards per game. I think they're at like 320 yards, which is insane. That shows you how well Dan Mullen is. But look what Arkansas could do in this game. Georgia is probably going to win that line of scrimmage at least 7 out of 10 times against Florida. Florida has a really good offensive line, but Arkansas is probably the best offensive line Georgia will play all year, if we're being real. Still got Auburn. Auburn's offensive line has been inconsistent. Kentucky usually always has a decent offensive line. Florida is right there. Florida's offensive line has been playing above par. But I'm going to be real with you. Georgia is going to force Florida to make Emory Jones beat the Dogs defensively. I can't see that happening right now. I think Georgia is probably going to beat Florida by a convincing margin too. I could be wrong, and that game is a month away, so we'll see about that. Arkansas was exposed. Well, this is how good Georgia is. Arkansas is a top 15 team, legitimately. Maybe not top 10, But if you were watching Arkansas the first 4 weeks, specifically after the third quarter of the Rice game, this team completely dominated every team on that line of scrimmage. They dominated Texas on the line of scrimmage. They dominated Georgia Southern. I think that's who they played, and then Texas A&M. They won all those games by double digits. They completely beat up Georgia Southern and Texas. And then Texas A&M, I think Texas A&M's defense played really, really well, and especially after the first quarter, and they were able to compete in that game. But, yeah, Arkansas's offensive line was the story, and their defensive line. That front three, they run that 3-3-5 scheme really, really well. That's a Barry Odom-style defense for you. But, yeah, Arkansas just doesn't have enough talent, in my opinion, to beat Georgia. And they just didn't have enough skill set at wide receiver, but especially, but they just didn't have enough on that offensive line. Unfortunately, that's just how talented Georgia's defense is. You got all these 4- and 5-star recruits, but they are very, very athletic. This defense is insane, man. I haven't seen a defense this good, man, since maybe even LSU back in 2011. Alabama had a really good defense in 2012 too, and even 2010. But yeah, Georgia has an insane amount of talent defensively, and it showed today. Yeah, George is here. What's up, George? Hope you're doing well, man. I see you all the time on the Uncle Lou page and even Mark Rogers call-in shows. But, yeah, the Gators have a big game tonight on the road against Kentucky and Lexington. That game's going to be fun. That's around, I think, 6 p.m.? I think that's 5 p.m. Local time. That is a big game for the SEC East. That, in my opinion, that's probably the battle for the second place. But, yeah,